So guys, decided to do a little bit of work on this sled. I've been sick, so I don't really feel like doing much. Really the only thing I hope to do today is to get this whole chain case gear drive installed, kind of set up, get the disc brake and that put back on. Just trying to get this whole thing built. That way my track system will be all complete. I got to tighten the bolts, I think, on the body. I don't think I ever tightened. I just want to make sure everything kind of fits up first. I had to print off a diagram so that I know where all the parts or how they go in order. So I printed that off. And then I printed this one for the disc brake system. And what was throwing me off more than anything is I had this part and I'm like, where the heck does that go? And I had ordered this because the part was listed for this snowmobile, but this don't even go to this snowmobile. So that was what really threw me off, is I was trying to figure out how to put this back together, and I guess when you add parts to your pile, really don't help. If I'm feeling really overzealous and get all this together, I'd like to get the motor mounted back up in there. I'm already missing one of these guys, and then I'm gonna get one more of these. These are what pop up through, and then I'll tack weld them on for this bracket so that I can put the seat and the gas tank on. I don't know that I'll put actually the seat on now. The plywood on that seat, that guy's seat, and then my 69 over there, the plywood's all rotted, so I'm gonna get a piece of marine plywood and kind of re-plywood them all at the same time. But not now. I just hope to get this thing running. We do have snow coming. I still have yet to get a spark out of that motor. I haven't tried recently because I have the stators and all that kind of stuff pulled apart. I'm not very good with that kind of electronic stuff, so it's taken me a bit. So, well, we're gonna run to the store, get a couple bolts, be right back. So guys, I decided not to run after bolts. Whatever bolts I'm missing, I'm just for now stealing them off the other sled, because I have a feeling eventually I'll find where I put the other bolts. So I almost got this. Oops. Yeah, see, I can't really film and do this, but I'm gonna put this cover on. We'll put that bottom gear on. Then we're gonna work on the top end up here. And then we'll work on the brake system. Alright guys, this is pretty much as far as I've gotten. I haven't worked on it that long, but still not really over a cold, so I really don't feel like working all day out here. I did get that drive chain, all that gear assembly drivetrain on. I've not put oil in it. I gotta find out kind of what oil is recommended in there. So, but I got all my disc brake stuff in there. Motor sitting back on there. I'm gonna go ahead, before I go in for the evening, I'm gonna pull these two carbs off, and so I can kind of work on cleaning them. I shined a light down in them. It's not gonna show, but they're pretty dirty, pretty gummy. It's not the reason it wouldn't work, per se. I still, well, I haven't tried it since I took it apart, but I could not get spark, and that, I believe, is the reason. It got fuel, it just didn't get spark. So This is pretty dirty, so I don't know if that's got something to do with it. I may try to clean this up a bit. And then all this stuff, guys, I have tested it with an ohm meter. And I know, you can see I got sandpaper in there. I've been sanding. One of these, I can't remember which side, one of them was stuck. Like it wasn't going back and forth, you know, flipping like it should. And then the actual points, if that's what you call them, were pretty bad. I did test these these externals, and I think it's just because I don't have a small enough ohm meter, but all four tested bad, but I don't believe that they're actually all four bad. I mean, they don't even look that bad. And I know you just can't go by looks, but I mean, the possibility of all four going bad is next to nil. So I think what I'm going to do is, now that I did these, cleaned them up, got them working, I'm going to clean this up. I'm going to put it all back together and see if I get spark. If I don't, then I'll replace these guys first, see if I get spark. If I don't, then I'll replace these, I guess. I mean, I have no other clue on which route to take it. I just know I'm a spark away from actually getting this thing going. But like I said, it was getting fuel, but I do know that there's some gumming. You can kind of see a little bit of it there, kind of blurry, but and then from sitting in the shop, because I didn't cover anything, got dirt down in here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and clean it. This fuel pump thing down here, I'm not even gonna venture into taking that apart at this point. I just want this thing running. I don't even care if I get the hood on. I really don't care. I don't even care if I get a seat. I just want to take it for a spin. Probably have to pull this apart. I'm gonna have to dress the whole disc brake system and hope that that does work. I did, after all, have to run to town, get some 5 new bolts of these. I have no clue where my bolts went, and I know this looks like a mess, and it is, but still, if I drop bolts on the floor there, I should find bolts on the floor there. So this guy here turned out really good. There again, one could take more time and actually put fiberglass fiber in there, which I did not do. I really don't care about it that much. I'm gonna get some coarse sandpaper just so I can sand these drips off the bottom and give everything, not with coarse, but give everything a light sand, and then I'm just gonna spray and prime this out. Wham bam, that's probably it for today. I might add a little more if I find something on the carbs. Alright, I'm gonna show you how to do an epic paint job. This, remember, is the part that goes on the handlebars. It was cracked all over, pretty badly weathered. Quick couple coats of fiberglass resin, no fiberglass matting. If you want to do it right, you should probably put some matting. If you were going to do so, I'd only put it underneath, not on top. So we lightly sanded. If you want to do a good job, you should probably sand a little more. And you should probably wipe this down with some degreaser. But we're cutting out all sorts of steps here. Why? Because we can. Now this is ultimately going to be blue. I can't remember. Wait, that's flat gray. What do we got here? Oh, that's the blue. Midnight blue. But just because we have a can of primer, flat gray, that means we're gonna prime it. So, get yourself a piece of sheetrock, little test spray. Look at that. And then we are going to spray. All right, so we're just gonna shoot underneath a little bit. Don't even need to do that really, but we're going for awesome here. Look how awesome that is. And then we'll get this ridge here. Yeah, I could have sanded that a little more. But you gotta ask yourself, why? It's a 1970, whatever it was, snowmobile. And like I've said in numerous of my videos, I don't really restore anything. Restore to me means expensive and time. Money and time are two things I don't have. So, bam. We'll let this dry, and we'll turn it blue.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so I have torn into these carbs a ways. This one here, this throttle part, you can just see the kind of the chalky mess on everything. But this one at least pulled out of here. This one, I really don't want to pull too hard. It is frozen. It is frozen in there. So I'm gonna put some spray in there, try to loosen it. You can see the stuff just coming out of there. But they're pretty bad, actually. You can see the dirt down in the bottom of there. I really don't want to pull them apart any further. I did pull out the little needle seats and the float bowls. You can see that dirt down in there. That's all dirt just hanging out, sediment that's been dry in there. So I'm not too sure they were getting fuel. That's got some sediment sitting in there. So we're gonna give them a cleanup, but try to avoid getting a rebuild kit. So I found an additional problem on this. So this choke lever here on the Polaris Colt, and everything's coming in blurry. When you pull that, it chokes both carbs, but this one is stuck in there big time. The other one, it pulled right out. Well, fairly easy, and was full of like some white powder. But this one doesn't budge. I've got it soaking there. But then when I was trying my switch, it was pulling on this wire, but not this one. So I thought maybe I had a broken wire in there. But then I took this access panel off. See if I can get it propped up there. And this piece of broken plastic, it goes in there like that. And then you can kind of see how this other one goes, and then this little metal part here comes clear down into here. So apparently when that float on the other side, for the lack of a better word for it, got stuck, and you know, just pulling on this thing to engage it like that, it broke the plastic because it could not pull this wire because it was stuck on the other end. So we're gonna have to pull this out, JB weld it, and I think I'm actually gonna pull both these cords out and try to, I don't know, I'd like to run something down in the cord, like oil or something, just to make them work better. So that's where this is gonna sit for a while until I can get that to break loose. Alright guys, so I have a little helper who wants to spray this, so she's gonna try spraying it. I kind of went over how to do it. Don't get too close to it either. And remember, just up on the top lip. Stay, yeah, do a little sample. Okay. Now up on the piece. Okay. That's good, but that's borderline too heavy. So just be a little bit quicker, maybe a little bit further away. Now do the edge like we talked about. There you go. Now work your way all the way around, doing the edge. Just walk around it, or scoot around it.
Dad.
Move quick. That's too heavy.
Sorry.
And then the end here, on this end. No, come over here. This way, on the very front.
On the very front? That's actually.
This is the front.
Oh.
No, you're too close. Move the spray can. There you go. Right there, stop. All right. Now once you did that, you're gonna have to be further away on the top or you're gonna get runs, okay? So we're gonna flip it over. So far so good. But now, start on this part here and back away
I know.
and move fast.
Okay.
There you go. See where you missed in here? Get in there. On both. Nope. From this way, right there. Okay. And then on that side a little bit. There you go. Now move to the front of the piece. Very good.
And sorry for painting on the floor.
Oh, nice. Okay, move quick. There you go. Nice light coats. All right, Johnny, you can't do the whole piece. You've got to move to the side. One side and then the other side. Stop. And then move over here where I'm at. Nope. You're going to get runs. You can't do, when you're spraying, you can't spray all from one location. All right, now let's stop and have a look before you spray any more. Okay. You need a little more here, and here. But you can't, no. You can't spray like that from a sitting position. When you want to spray here, you come around to this side and spray. Just like that. Now when you want to spray, yeah. Okay, just let that sit.
Okay.
And there it is, blue. So guys, unfortunately, it's just that one broken piece that was in there. But, man, I can't seem to focus close. But this one here on this side is missing. So what I'm going to do is JB weld this one in first. And then I'm going to put some tape around it and then just fill this one in with JB weld. And what I'll do after the fact is just go in like this side here, drill it, and then cut the slot. Regardless, we're gonna make our own. So that's what we're at. Other than that, I am using this PB blaster on that part, on the carb, because I've used carb cleaner for quite a while and I still have yet to be able to even budge that thing out of there. So we'll see if the PB blaster cuts it. Might take a few days, I don't know. That's nicely painted, thanks to Chante. We'll let that dry. Yep, she decorated our floor a little bit. We don't care. And that's going to conclude this video, guys.